right hand is on the ground. Violation! What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Ninja Review. Today we continue yesterday's review of Real Skateboards presents Oval on the Real Skateboards YouTube channel. A link to this video will be in the description below. So far, the video has been absolutely perfect. We will begin today's review with Ishod Wair, Rewind, and Play. What can we expect? Well, I always say I expect pro skaters to start their video parts off with a bang. The first trick is backside 180 over a rail, no pushing, casually switch frontside flips down the stairs, nollie inward heel, nose manual. The filmer got a little bit confused right there. Probably would have been better to just walk with the skater, switch heel over the ledge, setting up for a switch backside flip. This guy always looks like he's casually doing tricks, almost as if the lines aren't even planned. I'm sure they are, but this guy really is capable of anything. Throwback to Costa not being able to kickflip back tail, just does a backside flip and the tail barely touches the ledge. Kind of feels like a chomp on this clip. We get the big spin front nose, heel flip out. Now we get front blunt across. He's got a 270 off into the street, dancing with his friends. What is this? Varial flip front nose. I've seen this before, but never so clean, and it slid the whole way. Filmer right here once again got a little bit weird. Smith grind, kick flip, interesting angle. Rolling down a hill. Nollie crook. So this is a guy where you never know if you're going to get one of these casual ledge video parts or if he's going to go crazy and jump down a giant handrail. But it's nice to know that pro skaters are capable of both, and it's also nice to know that you can never predict what kind of video part you're gonna get. This line is still going. Again, kind of seems like the switch heel wasn't planned. Perfect filming on the kickflip there, making a U-turn, pushing 2 time, tray flip, kind of crooked grind, kind of not on the ledge, kind of a roll-on grind. Either way, a very unique way to skate that spot. We get a tail slide, jumps into the switch crook, got my bitch shook, then he's dancing around, push 2 times, kick flips up the 3 stair instead of just the ollie. And it didn't even look that hard for him at all. Other pro skaters, what is your excuse? Frontside heel flip down the stairs, arguably harder than switch frontside flip. Switch frontside heel, then he does the frontside flip. I'm getting kind of confused right here. Varial heel flip down the giant stairs. If you didn't know this guy already, you would say, oh, he's only skating ledges. Then we get a giant varial heel, 2 varial heels in a row. Got his tongue sticking out. What's coming up next? Kind of a wally off of a pole, kind of coming out of a dip, rolling down a hill over a fence. Now he's got was that a fish? Which is just a bird that can swim. And that was the final trick of the video. I would imagine maybe he's saving the good stuff for another video part. Even though there was nothing really to complain about there, I can see why they put that video part in the middle of the video, when in the past, sometimes they save the best for last. Starting off with front blunt to fakie off of a giant drop. And he has to have his feet ready before he rolls off the curb. Zion, here we go, giant front feeble. This guy can also skate transition. Pretty much everyone on this team is, in a lot of ways, a superstar in their own right. Ollie over the handicap ramp. Now we get a little kicker onto the board slide. Has to lift the nose at the end. The line's not over. Heel flip to end it. Kick flip front board perfectly on a pretty big rail. We're definitely gonna flip into a few more rails or ledges by the end of this video part. Backsmith holds on all the way. He manages to lock into these backsmiths really well. Kind of some weird C's on that one. Back nose grind rolling down a hill, but they didn't feel the need to bore the audience with a boring ass rolling down a hill. Was that a heel flip? Back 50-50, heel flip, back 5-0, heel flip, back, kiss the rail, doesn't matter. Very insane trick either way from, I think that's Foy. Backsmith through the kink, walking up the stairs. Lot of skaters of the years in this video, and if they're not, they should be. Fast-moving, long Smith grind right there with the classic Jamie Foisties. Skids for the kids, and we're cheering for our friends. Tiny flat bar front blunt pops out off the big drop. Ollies up, what's coming next? Front grind, dropping off the big drop, not hitting his friend. Really perfect hard flip off the forced air, then getting ready for a tray flip casually. Zion as well, rolling down the hill. Never looks like he's overly stressed, despite how big all these spots are, like right here. Back tail right there, a lot of things can go wrong. Back nose blunt, one of the most aesthetic tricks you can do on a skateboard. Ollies off, the little bit of the natural kicker into the Smith grind. This guy's either happy or mad, I'm not sure. Back lip. On the high rail, these guys got hops. These guys got no balls left between their legs because they're doing crazy tricks like that. I don't blame you for not going back to land that one. Got some speed, giant nose grind through the kink, holding on. Is that the final trick of the part? No, it keeps going. Front feeble through the double kink, holding on. Like I said earlier, the front feeble and back Smith, he manages to hold on. Even though this is not only a hard trick to balance, but also a hard trick to not fall forward and not fall back. Now we got the back grind through multiple kinks, a giant ollie on the way out, no problem at all. Look at the B-roll, almost no B-roll at all. And when they do show it, it's only for a split second or two because they want to highlight the skateboarders who are actually doing skateboarding. Doesn't get hit by a car, thank God. Crooked grind pops out, no hands on the ground. All the typical violations that we see. Maybe a nollie rocket heel right there, but it was just the beginning. Was there potentially a hand on the ground right there? We might as well double check, but I will say, even if this is a violation, not the biggest mistake ever. See right there, the right hand is on the ground. Violation! Not that big of a deal. Everybody gets one. Front crook kind of pops out, kind of falls out. Still a very unique spot. Probably pretty fun for the locals. Was that rail actually curving? Popped out into the crook. Kick flip, front feeble. Now we got the nose grind. Grabs the board. Hand on the board. You know what? I don't think that made the trick easier. A lot of the times the skateboarders put their hand on the board to make life easier. That actually made life harder, and a massive, giant, and speedy backside 360. I'm imagining because they showed it twice in slow-mo, that will be the final trick of the video. And you know what? I feel like a deserving final part for a video. Even though I didn't watch all of it today, it was very, very impressive and left me with almost nothing to complain about, which is what we should expect when we watch a skate video of this caliber. And it's not just because Real is a major brand. It's because the skateboarders on the team are challenging themselves to always do something good. I don't imagine these guys show up to the spot after spending thousands of dollars on travel and hotels and cameras just to show up and go, I'm here to have fun. No. They're here to fucking take over. They're here to do something amazing. They're here to do something that maybe has never been done before. And for me, that's inspiring both to watch, and it also inspires me to want to go out there. And even though I can't skate giant things like this, it makes me want to go out there and challenge myself to maybe do something that I wasn't able to do last week. And you don't get that from these bullshit quasi videos where everyone's just dancing around with their shirts off, drinking beer, smoking blunts, and filming bums and hanging out with birds. It's boring as fuck. Versus this, these are real skateboarders really changing people's perception of what's possible on a skateboard. Obviously, another 10 out of 10. I only watched 4 total parts in this video. Even though we had some hands on the ground and some bad filming, it really wasn't enough to disrupt the flow of the video. So yeah, 10 out of 10. I'm curious if you guys think I'm maybe going too easy on these guys, but look at what we just witnessed. A skateboarding video with skateboarding in it, which nowadays is getting more and more rare. I will be watching the rest of this video with the audio on my Twitch channel, and that's a little bit more relaxed, right? I'll drink a beer, smoke some weed, watch some skating, talk with you guys, versus these ninja reviews. I try to do these more like sports commentary. So if the slow stuff is more your speed, check me out on Twitch. Let me know your thoughts on this entire video. Is there anything that you think these guys could have done to make this video more exciting? I don't think so. I think there's a million things they could have done to make it more boring. They could have filmed a bunch of sunsets and trees and animals and beers and blunts and friends dancing, but they didn't, because it isn't a dancing video. It's a skateboarding video, and I really enjoyed it. I upload a video on this channel every single day. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Kuna Matata.